thank you all for making it here for another meeting of the Santa Barbara Real Estate Investor Association. How are you all doing?
Great.
Very good. Excellent energy. Is anybody in here, we've got a lot of marketing stuff that's going to be going on tonight, which means we're probably going to have an extreme makeover. Didn't you get asked, Sharon? Thank you. Okay, so that's just a little game that we play to kind of make sure that we're awake, we're paying attention, and you get a little bit of that $10 back you paid to get in here if you're not sleeping. So,
I don't understand how that works.
well, the way this works is if you hear me say extreme makeover, then you, if you're the first one to say it, get $10. Okay? Because there are times that I can get really boring, and I need to do something to wake people up. So that's one of the ways I do it. Plus, it's late in the evening here, so we have about 28 people signed up. I'm not quite sure how many we've got here, but it's all going up on videos. So if you haven't seen some of the stuff in the past, if you missed a few things, or you're wondering what's been going on, all the stuff ends up on YouTube. Okay, I've got my son back there, Michael. Hey. Doing the video, and then I've got my daughter out there, Lana. Hey. She's doing the registration and collecting the cash. And speaking of cash, let's go over a couple things here. This is the main website, SantaBarbaraREIA.com or SBREIA.com. Okay, so I'll get you the main website. And our agenda tonight, we've got 6 to 6:30. We did a little bit of networking, meeting people. That's the chance to wheel a deal. And I'll tell you, if you get to the point where you really know you got somebody that's interested in something, please feel free to get up, walk out of here, sit down at one of the tables out there, and go do a deal. Because you'll probably learn a lot more out there doing a deal than you will in here. We're trying to get you to the point where you'll go do that. Okay? I'm going to go through from 6:30 to 7, a little 20K update, some website stuff, computing services, and then we're going to have Linda August. She could not make it. She's down in Los Angeles, but we've got 3 of her best here. We've got Lawrence. Lawrence, there you are. Okay. And Luis. Okay. And
Robbie Dixon.
Robbie. Okay. That are going to be here speaking on the marketing that they do for Linda. And Linda's got the Realty411guide.com, if you see that. Really great stuff. They're going to get into that. Then we've got Brandon Nix. He is going to be here. Brandon, there you are. Talking about a lot of good internet SEO, web design. My hope was to give you guys a number of different options for marketing. Because no matter what kind of business you've got, we've all got to be marketing. So if you have different levels, financially, or however involved things can be, we've got different people that give you different levels of support. So you'll see that as we go through the night. And then we've got Jackie. Are you here? Jackie Lopez? She said she would be here, and she's going to talk a little bit about virtual assistants, so we'll cross our fingers and hope she makes it even if she's late. Okay. And then we've got Sheila. Here you go. Come on now. She's going to be talking about some of the web design stuff that she does. So this is a good opportunity for us to continue on for a while on some of this marketing stuff so that we can all go back and figure out, well, okay, how are we going to promote our business ourselves and expand what it is that we do. Okay?
Mary Jo.
So one of the things that we've got is the website here has been kind of updated. And in this location where you see meetings, if you click on that, you will go to this RSVP stuff on meetup.com. Now I did meetup.com about 4 years ago. I wasn't thrilled with it. And then when I went to speak for Central Coast REIA, I got to looking at their meetup.com that they use to get people registered and in there, and I went, oh my God. What's really good about this is this little area right here where you can see the pictures and the faces. Because what happens is all of a sudden you get to promote your business here on meetup.com. So what happens is you come here and you fill out your profile. This is free, it doesn't cost anything. And then you get to put in there, you know, I do web design, or I'm, you know, I do commercial real estate, I'm a broker, or whatever. You can put your information up here for each meeting to show what it is you do. And you don't have to fill that out each time. You do it one time, it's there, you just RSVP after that. Well, what that also means is that if you're looking to do business with somebody, and somebody says, I'm a private lender, and I give out money, and Dean says, oh boy, I just looked at this and found out that, you know, Rick does financing. I'm going to get back to Rick, and we're going to talk about some of this stuff. This is how these connections are being made on meetup.com. You know, I've used Facebook, I've used LinkedIn, and I'm hoping that next month, April 14th, when we have our meeting all day long, free training from Linda Pliagas, Wendy Panetta, thank you, that she'll give me a good idea of what I'm doing wrong with Facebook and LinkedIn, because I swear, as soon as I opened this thing up a few weeks back and started using meetup.com, we gained about 10 new members, and I've had a number of people that want to come and speak at our organization all through this without even approaching them. They just came to us. So this really is a good avenue, and it helps us organize, helps us get an idea of who's going to be here. So speaking of money, this, if you register here, probably next month we'll actually use the PayPal portion of this to let you pay for meetings. Okay? If you register here, I'm going to give you a discount, $10 for the meeting. If you don't, and you come up at the last minute, then you'll have to pay $20 at the door. So you probably saw the little sign up there. That's where we're going, because I'm trying to encourage you for two things. One, so that it helps us organize our meetings, and two, so that it helps you organize your networking. So it starts building that up, because it really does. And you'll have to see when you go there, there's a whole lot of meetups doing all kinds of things. You know, the largest organizations on meetup.com in the Santa Barbara area are wine tasting, hiking, biking. No, I'm for that. That sounds good to me. I see some people that have signed up to 20 of these things, and I think, well, I'd like to go do that, you know. So it's really a good thing. So this I encourage you to use and save yourself some money on meetings. So let's back up a little bit. We have got, and to get to that, all you have to do is click on the RSVP, that'll take you there. Join. If you have, let me see if we are, don't think we're there. In any case, if you have already joined, if you click on the join button, it's just going to go back and give us your name, your phone number, and what town you live in. Meetup.com doesn't give us that. Why they hold that information, I don't know. You know, and because they do, I have to use two places to sign people up, so I can actually get your phone number and email address. We'll get your name on meetup.com. We won't get your phone number, and we won't get your email address. And if we're going to communicate with you, we need to, you know, you'd be surprised how much phone calling it takes to say, we're going to have a meeting tonight. You want to show up? You want to be here? It takes a lot. Okay, so we also have YouTube, all the videos that we do here, it all goes up on YouTube. So again, if you're wanting to look back at some of this information, you should do that. One of the things underneath about, we've got about networking, about education, about IRA investing. There's a lot of videos and information about how to invest in an IRA. Checkbook control, all that information is on there, so you should be looking that over too. And so let's get into a little bit about the 20K properties here. And just to give you a quick little idea, we are doing tax deeds and liens we talked about sometime in the past. I was somewhat excited about tax liens and deeds until I got into it and realized that tax liens can be, you know, risky. You can lose money, you can wait for a long time to get very little return. Tax deeds, you get to actually own the property. So one of the properties that I'm doing a 20K joint venture with on one of our members here, it turned out that there was a tax deed auction, and so I went ahead and bid $300. The going price bottom bid was $280, so I figured, well, if somebody really wants that property, they want to build, they're going to pay a lot more for it than I am. Here's Jackie. Thank you for making it. All right. And I don't want to spend that much money in this economy because you can buy foreclosures really cheap, and it's a lot less expensive to buy a foreclosure than it is to build a house and get, you know, almost the same amount of rent. So I figured, well, if they want to pay the high price, great. I'm just going to go to the very bottom. I'll go to $300, thinking that maybe nobody wants a lot. If they don't want it, they probably won't even make an offer. Well, nobody made an offer, so I got the only bid at $300. So what that means is that this little lot right next to the house that we have on that joint venture is now available for the tenant to use for parking, for a garden, whatever. And so that would increase the value of that rental a little bit the next time that person moves out. I really don't like raising the rent when tenants are there. You know, I'd rather wait till they leave. Well, the next tenants that come in will go, oh, we got this whole parcel out here that nobody else in the neighborhood has. I'm willing to pay a little bit more rent for that. The taxes are $25 a year, so we certainly could afford that, right? So that just gives you a little idea of what's going on with some of these. Yes? That's in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And, you know, the 20K properties I'll do anywhere. If you said, well, Dan, I want to go to New Mexico, I'd say, great, I'll build a team. Let's go get some properties. I'm up for that.
Did you say that's in Fort Wayne?
That's in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Or Fort Wayne?
Yeah, so I do a lot of investing outside of California where, you know, this particular house here, we picked up for about $15,000. We put about $5,000 into it, rehabbed it, and for $20,000, we've got a tenant in there now paying $600 a month. So if you looked at the 1% rule, normally if you think a $100,000 home, you should get $1,000 in rent. A $20,000 home, we should get $200 in rent. We're getting $600. So we're doing pretty good on the return of those types of properties. So if you guys are interested in that stuff, it's all on my website, National Home Buyers. There's about 3-page documents to get back to look at all that. Let's see here. Okay. Updates, we talked a little bit about the REIA site. I have updated that to a WordPress thing. Yes?
Can I ask you a question about the 20K update?
Sure.
So when somebody goes in with you on that, what if there are repairs that are needed along the way after you get the tenant?
Oh yeah. The way this works is the investor pays the $20,000. I do all the work, the hiring, the firing, everything that, you know, people don't want to have to deal with when it comes to rental properties. I'm the guy that does it. Okay. So if there are a tenant moves out and there's a couple $1,000s worth of cleanup that needs to be done to get the next tenant in there, the investor pays that too. Okay. That particular property that you saw up there, because they're vacant, we never really know what condition they're in 100% because they don't have power, they don't have water, they don't have gas. We found out once we purchased it that there was a bad pipe from the street to the house. And of course we went to Roto-Rooter and they said, I think that's going to be, geez, it was like $3,000, I can't remember off the top of my head. And we went, okay, thanks for sharing, see you later. And then my contractor there in Fort Wayne and I spent time on Craigslist and other places looking for other contractors, and we got it down to $2,000 and then about $1,500, and finally got down to about $900. Okay? So we had to do that. We had to do some other things. Some electrical wiring downstairs wasn't working. We had to do some things we didn't know we had to do. So it increased the price to about $2,000 over that $20,000. So I went back and I took a look at, well, in a 12-month period, if we got $600 a month, what does that mean? It lowered our 18% expected return in a 12-month period all the way down to about 17%. 1%. It didn't make a whole lot of difference. So now, when we sell the property, maybe in 5 or 10 years, because these aren't for flipping. We're not doing this to try to make some quick bucks. We're doing this for constant cash flow because, believe me, I've done some flipping. And when I was at university, my life was like this, kind of boring but constant, you know, slowly, gradually, kind of getting better. When I quit and I started flipping properties, my life was like this, financially and emotionally, you know, no money, lots of money, no money. It was like, oh man, I can't live like that. So my desire is to have some good constant cash flow, and if I've got it to the level that makes me feel comfortable, then I can go play that other game. But I don't want to play that game as number one for me because it's just too much all over the place. It drives me crazy. So what happens in 5 years is, let's say at the end of 5 or 7 years or 10 or whatever, let's say we sold the house and I said, here's your $20,000 back, you know, because you're going to get rent coming in. So we're going to go through all the numbers, make sure the first thing you do is you get your $20,000 back. And then you say, yeah, but damn, before we split that profit, I spent another $10,000 in maintenance during that 5, 6, 7 year period. Okay, so let's say there's 40,000 in profit when we did sell. I say, okay, here's that $10,000 of expenses that you spent during that 5 or 7 years. Okay, so now you've got your initial purchase plus all the maintenance you've ever spent, and all we have left now is $30,000. Because I took 10 out of that 40. Here's 15 for you, and there's 15 for me. Now, Kent, earlier, I think I talked to somebody here about Kent. As we opened up the magazine,
Right.
one of the speakers that we have on the circuit here, they're out in Memphis, Tennessee. I met him in Las Vegas, and after he got through speaking, I pulled him out to the hallway and I showed him my flyer, my 20K, rent-ready property flyer, and he looked at it and started laughing. I thought, oh my God, this guy's a millionaire, he comes from a millionaire family, they've been doing this for generations, he's laughing at me. I must be doing something really stupid here. And I said, well, why are you laughing? He said, because this is how I started my business, doing exactly what you're doing. And I said, well, that sounds like past tense, why aren't we doing it now? He said, because I was giving too much of the profit away. He says, you're giving a lot away to those investors. I said, you mean the 50-50 split I'm doing is a good deal? And he goes, for them? Yeah, it's a really good deal. I said, oh, thank you God, I'm doing something. I'm doing something right. I don't mind, doing what I'm doing until I'm not doing it. And I figure I can only do about 30 or 40 of those because it takes a lot of time and effort to do that, So I'm not worried about competition. I can train you how to do exactly what I'm doing, and I bless you and say, there's thousands of these things around the nation. Have at it, be my guest. Because if we were flipping properties in the same town, then we would truly be in competition, because that's the job we do forever. But if we were doing these properties, and I can only do 30 or 40, I don't want to do any more of that. See? Okay, so Santa Barbara Computing Services. I have had that company for 25, 30 years. I worked at the university, did computing work. That's what I did out there. I created a computer service organization, and we did everything for everybody. Database, networking, websites, you name it. Student might I created ucsb.edu, the main campus website. And we ran that for 4 years, and then I could see that it was never going to get the funding it needed, so I gave it away to another department and let it be what it is today. Okay, so in any case, I'm not focusing on computing right now, but my son and daughter are doing some part-time stuff. And so, although I do my own websites, and I have done some for other people, I can help them help you. They're getting paid about 15 bucks an hour, so you can figure that your website's going to go up for about 15 bucks an hour, and probably cost $200 to $300 by the time you've got your domain, your website up, it's running, you've got the stuff on there that you need. But it's not going to be as sophisticated as the other speakers you're going to hear today, because I'm not going to spend the whole time learning what they know to teach my kids. I'm sorry. But what we would do is say, okay, you need to get to the next level. We're going to pass you on to some of these other people. You take your pick where you want to go. If you start with us. You don't even have to start with us. You can start with them immediately. It doesn't matter. It's kind of like there's enough business to go around. We're not worried about the competition. Okay? We just want to get out there and provide a service.